Bottom bread? It's a bottom sandwich? Bottom bread? It's a bottom sandwich? Oh my god, it's flipping. It's flipping. What's it gonna settle on? Oh. Wait. 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 Is it gonna choose to be upside down? I think it is. Okay, we fixed it. Hi. Welcome. It's me, KazCassidy. It's KazCassidy. Deltarune tomorrow, but I'm working tomorrow and the day after. I have a 3 to 9 class both days, so I won't be able to play it, and I'm too ready for this. So I'm here. What's up, Circus? How you doing? How you feeling? You ready? I feel like if anything, you're the one that's gonna be most ready for tomorrow. Right now I'm just gonna be playing around, messing with what I see here. Ooh, okay. Ooh, this is fun. This is fun. Which one am I at right now in the blind? I've got time. Well, wait, I should buy it. Okay. So I'm not good at Balatro at this point in time. I think I'm in the middle of a straight run. I'm in the middle of a straight run. Okay, 87654. How's it go? Oh, I should have gone low. You're playing Deltarune? Yeah, no, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit, like, real bad by that truck. And you're gonna say you like it, because that's what you are as an Undertale fan. Truck. And if I was a particularly well-versed in the fandom person, I'd talk about that one song about late night after a beer. What's this one set? Hierophant for bonus cards? I don't know. This Steam machine cheaper than the first one? It is. Yeah, it's cheaper than the Steam engine. High card 22, but if I do it 2 pair, that's 40 and 3. Let's try 2 pair. Oh, I missed by 370, but that's fine. We're gonna do a new run. We're just running through a bunch of stuff on my personal save, working around. No, sir, because I think that was a reference to the invention of the Steam engine. PSS, can you confirm or deny that that is what the idea was there? Okay. Need to get myself some more flush. There we go. Only +1, so we're getting out of this with like, what, 5, 6? Confirm? Awesome, thank you. How's it going, PSS? How's your day? Yesterday, I was really tired. And now I'm tired as well. But at the same time, I wanted to mess around a bit. Okay. Idle, good for fixing. Let's do bootstraps. Hey, Wef, what's up? Did you watch the Jimmy Awards? Did you watch the Jimmies? Now the Jimmy's Mom, not the Jimmy's Mom Awards. Oh my God, Wef, you need to watch the Jimmy Awards. Okay, so I know based on the response, Wef knows what the Jimmy Awards are. Does anyone else know what it is? Okay, odd cards. No odd cards, but it is a flush. You don't. PSS, you're also here. Do you know what the Jimmies are? They do not wrestle with Jimmy. It is an award. The Jimmies are named after, oh God, I forget if it's James Nederlander or a different one. But it's the National High School Musical Theater Awards. So it's a bunch of high school students that are from all across the country. You know, they go to New York. They basically are doing training for like a week before, so they're seeing Broadway shows, and it's a competition to be the top high school musical person in the country. It's got a pretty good like hit rate in terms of getting people onto Broadway. Ava Noblezada's on there. That's pretty cool. Let's see. I do want you here. And we're gonna get rid of some pairs. So straight flush, we don't care for that. Okay, pair up. And flush on. Flush on. Okay, 4 of a kind's not a great one to get with this to-do list, but it's okay. It's okay. We can work around it. But yeah, Wef, have you when was the last Jimmy's that you saw? Odds. I would hope. You'd hope. You want to get a nice haircut every once in a while. Let's see. That's a 2 pair. Not great. I'll take the aces, though. I'll take the aces. Increase the hand size. I can work with 3 of a kind. 3 of a kind I can work with here. Oh, no. Okay. I'm going to play this to waste. I'll play this one to waste. And it's okay because I've already got some sets. Okay. Unfortunately, we are going to have to get rid of a good pair out of that. Ideally, we want to get another jack for this 3 of a kind. Okay, single pair. Okay, next turn we just get pairs, and that's good because we're leveling that up. Do I care for discards? I can scale. Castle is a slow scaler. I think we'll stick with this one for now. Okay. Drop all of the evens and just play odd pairs, like the fairly odd parents. That's right. Yeah, the barbershop bit, haircut the cost a quarter. I can't do that bit down there, but it's like, did I hit? I think the first part was okay in the middle. Hey, Flash, hey, Aaron. We're talking about the Jimmy Awards and we're playing Balatro. Yeah, it's, haven't done this in a bit, so now we're just playing to play. Yeah, the Jimmy Awards. The Jimmy Awards, the national, well, it's the American National High School Musical Theater Awards. It's a bunch of local awards that, they happen every single year, and they fly a bunch of people out to New York City, and across the week these kids are learning a lot of skills about how to be actors in Broadway. Yeah, Kaz, have you watched the Broadway South Park episode, the accurate one? Let's see. So the Broadway episode could be a couple things because they did make Book of Mormon, which is one of the most awarded musicals of all time. But are you talking about Broadway Bro Down, the one with where Shelley gets a boyfriend and the boyfriend dies because Spider-Man caused a flood in the theater, and then like he wasn't wearing a life vest, even though that's what he did every moment of his life before he became Shelley's boyfriend? Is that the one we're thinking of? If that is the one I'm thinking of right now, you better leave a like for that elite South Park ball knowledge. Oh yeah, no, Broadway Bro Down. That's Broadway Bro Down right there. Yeah, no, it's the one where he makes a musical called The Woman in White, but the original title is a Sploosh or something, and then the Jorb Queen. Yeah, it's I'm not gonna say it's true. I am going to say I'm not an athletic person despite how much I talk about basketball. But I did have a fan club, and that was because of theater. You can't take that away from me until they left of their own volition, and I didn't stop them because I believed in their free will to no longer be fan clubs of a person who is a child. Let's see. What decks have I got in Gold Stake? Give me a second. I mean, like, I haven't like played this in a fat minute, but we can check once this run peters out, because I'm just playing to do completion on my personal save, not even like not even on my regular. Yeah, I mean, this run's not gonna last that long. It's not. My card. Okay. Here, let's just play a bunch of high cards, because we don't need them. But we do want the money. Because I've definitely effectively gold staked something in the past. I forget which ones I have, though. Why did you play this straight? I'm playing casually. I'm not playing multiplayer like when I was playing with Libby, so... Let's see. Felt like it. At some point, Glenn will come in here and say suboptimal, streamer suboptimal, and they will be correct in their assessment. But at this point, I'm like, I'm just gaming. If I'm being also honest, in the background, I'm also listening to sports. I'm listening to sports. Let's see. Like, I'm not doing deck fixing. I am simply vibing. Trying to build up this pair build. Hey Cash, what's up? How you doing? Any reason for the raw? Anything in particular to raw home about? Have I gotten Hermit? No, I've only gotten Temperance. You're doing great? Good to hear it. Okay, let's see. What can I get with this fixing? Not amazing deck fixing. But I will get the sun to hold. Oh, hello, free reroll. That's fine. Blackboard is great. I'm aware. I've played this game and I've been meta. What is the game about? It is about cards and big numbers. That's probably the easiest way to describe Balatro. This is poker, but not poker. All at once. We need some X molt. Oh, I'll take it. I'll take the money molt. So 1.5 plus 4 on there. Let's roll out. Well, actually, how much my hand? 24. That's not the same. Reroll, two of a kind. Give me a jumbo. Jumbo. Let's keep building out some nines here. Yo, Echo, how's it going? Thought you were be like game about gambling to get out of your deck. Nah, that would be gamble with friends. This is just a chill game where we know numbers aren't real and math isn't real. Nothing is real. Echo, on your side, what are you up to? How are you doing today? $160 and 3. Nah, okay. Let's see. Let's do one of these. Probably where we end out here. And I'm okay with that. Didn't fix anything there. Didn't scale up my bootstraps enough. Probably should have gotten rid of the clown. But it's okay. Just having a fun time. Watching the big numbers go up. And now we get to see what we've golded before. So I am currently on my profile. This is my primary one. Done all the challenges in this one. I've done some collections. They're looking nice. Some stickers I still got to finish out. And my deck stake wins are at about 75%, just like one over. Looking at my Let's see my stats. I've gotten E28. My highest round on this one is 52. Money, not the highest. I play a lot of high card because I try and build around some real stupid stuff when I'm alone and not messing with anything. Other than that, looking at my deck options, Magic deck, I just wasn't interested in the Crystal Ball. I know that you can fool in to have, like, the upgraded Crystal Ball. It does 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. I don't do much there. Nebula, I don't really like. I mean, like, everything's the right planet, and fine, if I want to chain a bunch of, like, pairs, I could chain a bunch of pairs. Ghost deck, my favorite deck. Abandoned deck, pretty nice for straights. Checker deck, all the way up to gold. Zodiac, fine, nothing to write home about. Painted deck, I don't like. Anaglyph, I've been able to do some really not smart things with this one. And sometimes it works, so that's fun for me. Plasma, it's the one you get when you want to get a high number. Erratic is fun because sometimes I just like play around till I get like a bunch of 2s and get an oops all 2s. And red and blue deck, yellow deck, it's normal. I mean, but yeah, I guess we could just keep going through the line here. I'll try a black deck. So hand size pretty small. One extra Joker set. Let's see, got a queen. Look for the flush. A low high flush. And we ought to be good here. In the background, I'm looking at the NBA draft is happening. Let's go sports. One less hand is pretty bad. Yeah, it is. That's the difficulty. Oh, Cash, that's great. Good for you. I'm hoping that, like, you're not talking to any... You're not using the chat function, right? Because you shouldn't. You should not use the chat function in YouTube. It's bad and unsafe. Good. Good. I feel the need to tell people that because there are strangers on the internet. Oh, Echo, you're good. I was just asking how you're doing. We got the banana, so this is fine. And every once in a while, when we have the banana, it summons Glenn. DL, hi. It's going pretty well. I taught a class today, and it was fine. I was kind of out later than I thought I would be. But I'm back, and I didn't want to play anything like too thought-provoking, so I'm just playing some Balatro. Yeah, like the live chat. No. Like Hungry. There's a really not fun feature where they've enabled you to chat directly with other channels, not in the stream, just an actual line for chat. Playing for a lot of deck fixing here. Let's see. Only person you've DM chat with your dad. That's fine. I'm also curious as to, because it auto defaulted something I was sending to Cecily, and I was like, why is this a DM chat? I just want to send it to you. It's not great. They did remove PSS. That's the thing. They did remove it. It used to be gone, but they brought it back. There's a concept called enshittification. It's where you're actively, like, you're not innovating to innovate, you're innovating for the sake of innovation, and oftentimes it ends with the thing that you built out being worse. Here we go. 15, 15, 15, 15, that's right, when I did done. It's almost like when we had, like, reply videos, and the meta was to reply video and have, like, you know, cleavage and thumbnail, which I didn't have, but also I wasn't a streamer at that point in time in my life. Evening's ace, and let's go DL with the thigh highs. Let's go. Not Yowies in chat. Do we have... Oh shoot, I don't have a Yuri emote yet. I'm sorry. We playing Balala? Yeah, of course we're playing Balala la la la. Do la 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 la. And for those you don't know what do la 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 is, that's a fun one from Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series. Anyone here remember Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series? see. 3 of a kind. I'll take it. You're safe with your banana. I am. I got Mystic Summit. No, I've played this a lot in the channel. Akaplexic. It's just been so long since I have in this past bit. Like here, look at this. I could just like I could absolutely just throw this straight. And I've still got hands. Yeah, Lil Kerbo. Yeah, I understand the thought that Lil Kerbo needs to finish it. But if you look, he's put in multiple videos this year, and I'm happy for him. Let's go, Martin. Also, speaking of let's go Echo, who graduated. Yay, congrats. Based on percentages, I am not familiar. Perfect. Full house. Because everywhere you look at the fire, you need to hold on. Currently drinking some water in the background. If an AI model was trained on my videos, I would not like that. Here's a judgment. It's looking for flushes. Yeah. What's this Lil Kerbo about? Well, Lil Karibo is one of the forefathers of a bridge series. Can anyone in chat tell me what an abridged series is? Or give me an example of a abridged series on YouTube. It was a really big thing back in the day. People, like, were really into them. Basically, A+ is 90, 100. Oh! Oh, that's a good curve. That's a nice curve there, Echo. Congrats. Proud of you. Face cards. Alright, let's see. We've got some popular answers here. Sword Art Online Abridged and Team 4-Star's DBZA. Sword Art Online Abridged is the one that is commonly referred to as fixing the original series. You've got Team 4-Star Abridged is the one where you probably have the most cultural cachet, so this is the most important series because it was one that was finished. It also had a lot of problems at conventions because some people on the voice acting team in the real DBZ show liked it, some did not. We lost the banana. There was One Piece to Bridge, there was Code Ment, which is where you get the immortal, I'm at soup! You're at the soup store? I thought you were getting clothes. I'm at soup! But where are you getting your pants? I'm at the soup store. That's the one. Welcome. Abridged does not mean without filter. It is a way that you're saying it is an abridgment, so it is a shortened version of a series. You have all of these different. Ooh, soul. Oh, it's Canio. Okay, that's great. Yeah, abridged is not exactly a fake dubbing as much as it is a dubbing wherein it's how does one say a lot of bits. Okay, destroying phase cards is good. Discarding cards in general is also good. But playing face cards gets me monies. So I'll play it now. Because Canio, even if it isn't giving us any molt right now, we've got the plus 50 and the foil. Yeah, bridge does mean short and hungry, you're right. So One Pace, you could say that One Pace is an abridging. It is an abridged version, but that is slightly different from the term abridging in the online sense. Let's do this here. Because abridging is... I want to think back to what is the first abridged. People will say it is usually attributed to Martin Little Karibo doing Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series. There's a lot of earlier ones too, like Naruto Abridged, where it has the one bit about Gaara of the Funk. There's Berserk Abridged. I want to say that was one with H2B1K or Ben from Team 4-Star who left at some point. Ooh, you've got the 2 Bleach Abridged. You've got Bleach S Abridged and Bleach Abridged with Blazing Azure Crow. You got the Schmuck Squad, who I think is actually devolved in some other set. There's some really good ones with Fate Stay Night. There are 2, I think, from Eagle 8 Burger from Kuroko's No Basket. And I remember that one distinctly because they have a really strong... They have a really strong use of a OP from... Not an OP. They use the wrestling entrance theme for Sami Zayn, and it's got a great needle drop. Yeah, there's lore. It's a whole online community. It's a really important part of internet history. I would say they're almost on pace with what we think of when we think of, like, the review space, because we used to have, like, the Nostalgia Critic and Linkara and Angry Joe Show, the Angry Video Game Nerd, and then things have fallen out of favor because I guess we decided we like high production values but also online things. So yeah, welcome to my TED Talk that's out of focus here. Let's see. We got 2-month break for going to the next level. You got a break. You're going to be playing Escape the Backrooms. Oh, that's so nice. I played with Mars once. I hope you have a fun time. No, we don't enjoy Cinema. Cinema Wins is fine. Cinema Wins is whimsical. Cinema Sins is a terrible blight upon the world. Truly, as someone who went to school for film and film criticism, it is one of the worst experiences talking to someone who has only consumed media critique through the lens of watching CinemaSins videos. CinemaSins is the... I'm not gonna say it's the bane of my existence. It might be the Scarecrow, because it is a significantly less important villain in the Star Wars verse, but it is still very annoying to me. Because if you watch a CinemaSins video, at the beginning it's like, okay, this is satire, this is someone nitpicking, but then you're like, they've picked a whole lot of like garbage off the ground in terms of like, oh, this is something someone who doesn't pay attention to the film complains about. They also have some like really weird stuff going on with the counter where like at some point it made sense with what they were doing. You're like, oh, okay, yeah. And I will forever give them credit for creating the phrase, the Prometheus School of Running, where people are not running in the correct direction. But, crack. Have you ever like wondered why they have that one bit that's just like this one scene that says this scene does not contain a lap dance? Have you ever interrogated like what the interrogated what that's like looking like there? Like, why is that a sin? Also, I'm seeing more things. Don't worry, Echo, I will not spoil the backrooms. I did enjoy it. I hope you have a good time. Oh, hi, Pedals. Hi, Pedals. Are you keeping up? Are you keeping up? I'm talking real fast today. Talking real fast. And if you're 20 episodes into One Piece, into One Pace, you're a bit further along than me. I mean, I watched the original 4Kids dub as it was coming out, but Funimation dub, I haven't seen nearly anything. Let's see here. Yeah, you're only person on Twitch. It's because I'm Echo. I'm a primarily I'm a primarily YouTube dude. Sorry. What do we got here? Yeah, give me more faces to break. Great. Awesome. I just need to flood my deck with faces so we can get some hangmen. Let's see. I'm an OG, yeah. And Circus, good on you. You've made a good life choice in choosing not to watch CinemaSins. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Let's see. I'm gonna have to break some more stuff here. I don't have a card. I need to get a consumable. Perfect. I'll buy some pears. You don't know what's going on? DL, I'm gonna ask, how familiar are you with, like, internet culture? How internet and pop culture pilled are you? What is my top anime recommendation? If you want to feel inspired, you should be watching Gurren Lagann. If you want to feel the awkwardness of growing up as a male adolescent, you should watch Fooly Cooly. If you like isekai, but you also like talking shit about isekai, you should watch Konosuba. If you like romance that's like relatively well-grounded and multi-character faceted, you should be watching Horimiya. If you want to watch garbage romance, you should watch Rent-a-Girlfriend, but after that you should watch Domestic Girlfriend, and then you should chase it with Kanojo Mo Kanojo, also known as Girlfriend. And if you want to feel better after all that, because Kanojo Mo Kanojo is pretty good, do not watch Kanojo Mo Kanojo. That's actually a hentai. You should be watching 100 Kanojo, which is the 100 girlfriends who really love you. So there's that. Yeah, last one you saw was about Truman Show. You hope that the Truman Show is, like, getting some level of credence there. I've thought this out before. Yes, I have a full, presentable presentation about what a phenomenon that I call the girlfriend spiral, which is a series of shows that you should watch, all using the word girlfriend in them to most optimize your feelings of disgust. And it starts with being a fan of Rent-a-Girlfriend. Also, hello, Esteban. Hi. Give me some money. Need to break more cards. I'll take a Cavendish. That's a good Cavendish. Keeps us alive for a bit longer. Can I get a glass card? No. Yeah, Esteban, someone got me started talking about the girlfriend spiral, and now we're falling. Yo, Rowan from the band We Hate Rowan, with music coming out on July 17th. Go follow them on Spotify. How's it going? You wonder if Truman was the original Matrix and you realize it came out after. And that's... Acaplexic, I like the way you think. I love The Truman Show. The Truman Show is the one movie I almost actively started making a podcast about with my We Should Start a Podcast friend, because we all have one of those. But no, there's so many great things. I know there is one person who has a full, like, series of just essays about the Truman Show and how it interacts with, like, our real life surveillance state and media criticisms. One of my favorite YouTube podcasts. I don't know who their name is because I just listened to them, and I should probably get their channel name. How do you remember the date off the rip? You barely remember. Bro, you wrote the music. I also remember because I just got the thing on Instagram. Oh gosh, Truman Show is okay. Yeah, it's okay. Let's talk about Truman Show. I think it's one of the seminal pieces of 90s movie making. I think it is one of the strongest outings of Jim Carrey's career. And I am, for one, someone who believes that it was very prescient, and it has a lot to say about society in the actual, like, society way. Seminal, like, it's the one that you should be thinking of. Not seminal. That would be Anything Goes, which is a musical about semen. How late are you streaming? You have to leave. Rowan, you're good. Head out. I'm not. It might be a couple hours. I also do want to point out like that like I am going to be like going to work late tomorrow. I'm working shifted hours, so I could be here for a bit. So don't worry yourself, dude. Let's see. Seminal like is the very original and profoundly influential on later works. You could say EdTV came out at the same time, but it doesn't reach that seminal status. Ooh, give me a pair build here. Give me a pair. Let's see. You're nerd about game devs. You intrigued about how they did it. Basically stays through the entire game, and that includes playing Subliminal, which is developed in Unreal 5. And you're working on an engine. You're working on one using that engine. Okay. Echo, tell me about that. Tell me about Subliminal. Info dump. What are we thinking here? Ooh. Buy news. I need to break more cards. I need a hangman. This death up here to make more of these. I'll Emperor, and we'll go this next round. We're getting a lot of Mercuries, which is good. High Priestess and a Hierophant. Three of a kind is 73. I'll take that. I mean, outside of that, who here knows what MILF Manor is? Yeah, no, All Complexity. This is a really good, like, run. Unfortunately, I'm trying to get the, you know the one I'm trying to get. Because I want to get the one that gives me the multiplier, the Markiplier. But it's not getting me there yet. Yeah, Circus does know what MILF Manor is because we did teach Circus about MILF Manor. I need a hangman right now. Shoot. I did rant about it while playing Toontown, and I'll do it again. It's a long one? Yeah, go on ahead. You got all the time in the world, dude. I'll do the MILF Manor bit. I will, believe me. We'll talk about MILF Manor in a second. Mime could be good. Mime could be really good. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. Okay, what do you think about a plain black skirt for your first skirt or something a little bit less plain? I think, what color are the thigh highs? What are the thigh high colors? That does depend. Black goes with everything, but like if it's like a red one, if you're doing a mesh thigh highs, you got to think about style points at the same time. You gotta be styling. Lucky cards to trigger. Come on, get me a hangman. God dang it. No. I'll take a temperance. Grabbing to the moon again. Huh. Okay. This is gonna force me to do actual stuff here. I do think it's gonna be better than Swashbuckler, because it'll force me to get off of it. Trick, though, is I do want to still make sure I'm getting as much in my hand as I can. Let's see here. Do a quick pair. Add more. We're looking at red and black skirt. Well, what color are the thigh highs is the question I was asking. Black thigh highs, red and black striped arm warmers. Going for too many colors at once is one thing. If you're okay with looking like a goth girl, I think black skirt is fine. You're looking for a pleated skirt or like finally a hangman. Okay, great. There we go, Canio. All right. Ooh, Echo's been cooking. I'm ready. I'm excited. Oh, you reached max? I mean, if you can, whatever you can put in. We're listening. This thing's gonna lose in a bit. It's not giving me anything here. Okay, looking like a goth girl for type of skirt. Long as the skirt goes spinny, you're happy. Okay, so aim for like maybe... Have you ever heard about the absolute territory? It's a concept bandied about in like... It's not magic. Magical girl is not the way to put it. It is like the pervy side of anime with that kind of stuff. Let me get rid of a high card here real quick. And you'll see it as like ZR Zetarakai, absolute territory. Sometimes it is the length between the thigh high and the skirt. There's like a golden ratio that people will say that you should follow for it to look good. Let me see if I can find the proper pronunciation. I could be wrong, but just hold on for a bit and humor me here for a second. 5, okay. Get this absolute territory. Yeah, Zetai Ryoki. Exposed skin, top of the thigh, high in the stockings of a bottom of skirt or shorts. The ratio of skirt length to thigh high to exposed skin is apparently 4 to 1 to 2.5. So that's the math. So if you can do the math, that's probably what you want to do. Popped a 2 pair. Fine. Okay, we're gonna be selling the one that gives us money. Yeah, despite having all these cool things, we're not really building off of them. Your brain isn't mathing. That's fine. Zetai Ryoki. That's the word you're looking for. Sun. No. Alright, all good. So we're gonna sell to the moon. Okay. You're playing as Caleb, narrator is guiding you. You can choose to go on a detour with or what the narrator says. You're going through good memories, but bad memories keep coming up. The time named Lily comes up, bad memory, the black goo, everyone a monster appears. I think that's a pretty decent summary. I feel like I get the gist of it. Can you give me some like comparisons? Like what are some cultural touch points that you would say, oh yeah, this feels like this? Does it feel like David Lynch? Does it feel like David Fincher? Different things. Does it feel like What is the comparison you would most like to give it to something else? This is a ×2. It's not the worst right now. We're gonna start using some of these empty slots here. Because our pair is not built up despite having so many of them. I was really trying to hold on for something really cool, but we're not getting good for deck fixing. This will be enough. And the money twice. Cool. Bull could be good. Bull could be good. Let's use up these pair slots here, so we have some space. Okay, new Joker possibility. God, no hangman. Okay. Get rid of the stencil. Get rid of this. Even cards, don't like you. Sure, we'll bull. We'll bull. I'll take a hermit. And the off chance it actually pops, feels like a psychological horror and just normal horror at the same time. So what makes it different? What is difference between psychological and normal horror? How would you distinguish the two? What's a normal horror for you? And 45, and that's the most. Okay, let's see here. Not amazing, but we'll take the pair. Buy the high card. Something, please. Trading card it is. Okay. Psychological horror is about making the person feel scared without any monster being there, no jump scare. letting the person scare themselves. Normal horror is what we see in horror and monsters. I would say that if you were looking at any like popular like literature on the subject, I don't think those are commonly held beliefs, but good to know that's what you think it is. Horror is the main genre about creating tension and releasing fear. Psychological horror, as opposed to like things like body horror, is the usual dichotomy you see. So like, I think you're also looking like without a monster or a jump scare. That's more something you see in like FNAF and like the new mascot horror era. You can just call it a mood piece. Like the psychological should be not necessarily about like it not being there. It's about the tension between it. Everything is about being disturbed, but the thought is like, what? This is why I think we should all take a film studies class. I think it would be a very great experience for all of us. Like, it's primarily, like, focused on mental, emotional, and not exactly, like, physical horror is the thing. Most of it exists in the mind, an atmosphere. Horror that messes with the brain. I mean, yeah, I think Circus is actually the closest one on this one here. Because, like, you can feel disturbed. You can feel disturbed watching The Hills Have Eyes, but that's gross out body horror. If anyone's ever seen The Hills Have Eyes. Like Flywheel of Terror, I have no frame of reference for what that is. I'm gonna have to take your word for it. Oh, you're kidding me. Shoot. No, we didn't roll any of the cards we needed. Okay. Well, that's the end of that run. Unfortunately, we wasted like 2 really good soul pulls, but we did move up a level. It's both mental, physical, what the game is telling you you're currently going through is replaying memories. Well, it's psychological horror because it's dealing in like the psyche. I think it is psychological horror. I'm just trying to figure out like what your baseline definition of horror is. Don't look it up. It's fine. I think it's fine. Again, Circus, I'm taking your word at it. Like, yeah, a mental horror can elicit a physical reaction. The thing is, like, what is it doing to incur that feeling? Like, let's think about psychological horror. I would say that there is psychological horror elements in Saw 1 that are not there in the future Saw movies, because the Saw movies become body horror very quickly. Hello, Gross Michelle, how's it going? Whereas, I don't think The Fly, starring Jeff Goldblum, I think by itself, that is body horror. That one is about showing the, I'll just say like the bastardization of the human form, and they do that by making him a fly. They make him a fly man. Let's do an oops all 6s. And do I want to lock myself into hanging chat? I think I do. All right, this thing's gonna pop 1 in 3 times. Pop. No, it's good. It's good. Other movies. Ooh. Anomalisa, parts of it can be seen as a psychological horror movie. Does Babadook count? Does the Babadook count? Psycho's not a slasher. At least the first one isn't. You are the monster. That cool. Oh gosh, I need my not my Cinetune Nerdle hat on. I need to find I need to find my Letterboxd account. Oh, and Echo, please tell me you didn't just get that as the AI definition. I feel like that reads like one. Jacob's Ladder is psychological horror. House of Leaves is psychological horror. To the expansion of like the original movie Gaslight, that could be like psychological horror in some forms, but not in all. You're getting info of what you can, man. Dude, you can rephrase, you can paraphrase. We're humans, we don't need to use that. Okay. No, you're good, Circus. I think I got it. That's a pretty common twist that you can see in a lot of, like, schlock 1960s pulp fiction. So. Queen Jack 10, 9, 8, 7. How is this thing not pop yet? You have a 2 and 6. You're supposed to be gone. What do we got here? Copy jokers, destroy all other jokers. Give me some number cards, I guess. All right. It's deeper. I know it's deeper. We get that because you literally had to like write very little because you have not much space, and we get that. We can't all just like take like at face value a description and say we know everything about it. I'm saying I get the gist of what you're saying. I understand what you're going for. There's not a quick way of communicating across these two sides of the medium in this chat that I can explain it. I do think the easiest way to do stuff like this would be to say what it's similar to in terms of other media. So if you can connect it to anything else, comparison is a good way to get mutually intelligible understanding of other pieces of media. It's like when you're doing a pitch, when you're pitching that you can make a certain show or make a movie, you say, oh, it's like this but with this. So if you want to say, if someone were to pitch you, what can I find here? What's an easy movie we can find? Because I would say, oh, here's the pitch. Here's the pitch. Ready Player One is a list of Family Guy cutaway gags, but with the main character being a Redditor. So that's how you mix the two there together. Or you could say that, The Usual Suspects is Rashomon, mixed with not The Departed. Mixed with Goodfellas? No. Shoot. You could say that... The Social Network is The West Wing, but with Mark Zuckerberg. You know why every time you say something becomes a full-on debate? I'm not debating you. I'm giving you points on how you can prove your point making. Because the most important thing to me is that y'all get out of here smarter than when you came in and able to defend and explain your points when someone asks you to clarify things. because and I'm saying this with complete seriousness, if what you walked into this conversation with your definitions of horror and psychological horror was what you used on a forum, people would not know what you were saying. They would not. There's a fundamental, like, essay I remember reading. Okay, oh god, was it by Wittgenstein? Who was it? How was it? Bertrand Russell? Ideas clear. No, it was Charles Peirce. Okay, so I'm remembering it now. So this is something I read from early on in my career in linguistics. Life is easier when other people can understand what you're saying, and that means working with a shared language. So shared terms. It's why when we say, oh, look up, we understand the directionality of up. But you can also say, oh, I just watched Up. And you can say, okay, so if you can go through this process, you can eliminate if up means you looked up or you were watching the Disney Pixar movie Up. We catching where I'm at right now? Okay, I need some kind of molt. Like, there's not anything wrong with you liking subliminal. There is something unclear about how you define what category it is in. So if you were to be making, like, I don't know, a recommendation for that piece of media, I would not know what to give you. Because, like, we were just talking about other movies there. So, oh, hey, it broke. 774. Give me that. So, let's see, what other things are you seeing? So you're seeing backrooms. So if you were trying to explain what backrooms is, what would you say? How would you define backrooms? Someone, imagine they come from a universe that is significantly different from our own. How are you going to explain that to them? How are you going to sell the idea that someone should be watching this movie? Or exploring the online ARG of it all? Oh shoot, Mr. Diagonal Yips is here. Hi, Mr. Diagonal Yips. How's it going? Hi. Good evening. Dropping down to donate and wish me a good night. Well, good night to you as well. Oh no, Circus. I'm talking to Echo on Twitch. Cause like, no, Echo, you know Ball. You know Ball. You know Horror Ball. But like, it's one of those cases where I'm like, huh. I know that Yorgos Lanthimos makes good movies, but should I be recommending them and watching them with my girlfriend's family? The answer is usually no, because he's kind of a freak. Like, he kind of super freaky with it. Let's see. Am I still building straights? I think I'm looking for an ace. You don't know regular Horror Ball? Do you know Lonzo Ball? Do you know LaMelo Ball? Do you know LiAngelo Ball? Do you know LaOne Ball? Those are all people in the Ball family. Two of those people are significant people in basketball. Let's see here. Not a great set. They'll stay longer next time. Well, Diagonal Yips, I appreciate you coming in, even if it's just for a bit. It's always nice to see people coming back. Okay, let's try this one out. Yeah, this is a kind of a rough one. Yeah, I think we lose on this one. I think we lose on this one here. Yeah, this two-ace pair ain't gonna give it. Yeah. It was a pretty fun start getting oops all sixes, but we didn't really build off of it. It's fine. It's fine, though. Aim for a 4 of a kind? Yeah. Those products you're making, 2 of them are games, the other is a video? Ooh. Liminality and Dark Web. Which one of those 2 is the video? I feel like those 2 are the video names. We're getting Gross Michelle a lot. You know, Vita Carnis, Boiled One Man, the Suit. I have only seen Vita Carnis. I've not seen the other 2. I watched Hollow Birds is the one that I watched a lot of. And when I say birds, they're birds, all right. They are indeed the birds. Dark Web is about Dark Web. It's all fictional. Have you seen Unfriended Dark Web? I laugh, but that's because it's a fun name. It's not. Let's see. Constellation is a slow build. 2 pair is fun. Let's build Constellation. Let's see. It's not about actual Dark Web? Oh, what? Oh, what's it about? I'll take more red kings. I'll take more red kings. We want that free Joker. Oh, perfect. I didn't even need I didn't need all the queens. I did not need all the queens. Oh, free blueprint. Awesome. Take a blue seal on the king. On the queen. Yeah. We can work with this. I should react to the man in the suit live. I think with live reactions is a bit of an issue. I'm not sure if like I'll get copyright strike. You'll at least get content ID'd because it's not your content. Like it becomes an issue. It becomes an issue. Right, here we go. Pop? No. You don't know about the dark web. It has some illegal shit. Something when you're seeing is curious about the dark web goes there. See something that's out of place compared to the others. So you don't know much. Have you thought about doing research on it? Oh. Shoot. We'll make it through. We'll make it through. You're not gonna... I mean, you don't need to be on it, but you can still read about it. Like, you want to make an informed, like, realistic-ish horror short, right? I feel like you'd want... No, it extincted. I feel like you'd wanna get some idea of it, right? We're playing queens in hand. Like, if you're so afraid of it, wouldn't you want other people to feel more afraid, which could be enhanced by knowing more about the source material? You mean how the UI... No, I mean like learn more about what people do on the dark web. You don't need to look at the UI. Because it's probably not even like a UI thing. It's probably like some back alley sites. You're probably dealing with stuff in the control panel. Like, my question is like, how much do you know about like what goes on when you said it has some illegal shit? Like, how much about dark web do you know? Like, I'm wondering, like, if you don't have background on dark web, what's the plot look like? You just said it's about who's curious about dark web, and they see something out of place compared to others, but if you don't know what, like, is the out of place portion of that, I'm wondering. All you know is it has illegal stuff and picks, like, a Minecraft ARG. That is some very varying things. They do exactly... They do what Circus is saying on the web. That is accurate. Like, have you ever seen a Nexpo video? Oh. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I'm so greedy. I'm also stupid. We're surrendering to the Straits. It still is June, so this doesn't make sense, but we're surrendering to the Straits. All right. I need this plus 20 molt to hit. It did hit. How funny. We're aiming for more high straights, so we're gonna keep pushing around for it. King, queen. Do I play for 4? Do I have another 4? I don't. Shoot. Do I have a 10 still? I do have a 10. Here goes nothing. Yeah, that's hubris, baby. That was unnecessary on so many levels. Hi, Glenn. Hubris, it's a Greek tragedy. So you are... Oh, hello, straight flesh out of the hand. It's an element of Greek tragedy. It's a fatal flaw where your pride and belief is too great for your britches. You are often punished for having hubris and believing you are stronger than the gods. Do some econ here. Like people will, famous people in literature that have hubris. One could say Jay Gatsby. Believing that you could get away with all your fancy parties and philandering and trying to trying to sleep with that guy's wife. Because, like, you keep doing that stuff, eventually you're gonna get shot. Which, I mean, spoilers for The Great Gatsby, that's what happens. The Vibe video doesn't have to be what it has about the dark web. You think most people don't know about dark web like me, all it needs is tension and buildup. Well, then, if it doesn't need to be about the dark webs or have understanding of the dark webs, why is it called... What is it about the dark webs? It's like... If I were to make a horror movie about Hannibal Lecter, and I've never seen Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal Lecter, instead of it being a guy with his arms in a straitjacket up against a chair, it's Grimace. It's just Grimace. That is my villain. Like, why would I have it be talking about Hannibal Lecter? Like, it doesn't have to be about the dark web and what it looks like. I'm asking, like, how is dark web influencing this series? Because if not, you're just like, this is curiosity about a website. The dark web has a lot of ingrained things there. It's like when people made the movie Slender, and it had pretty much nothing to do with Slender. So people were like, what does this have to do with Slender? And then someone did end up stabbing someone, and they're in jail. So that's what Slender is about. Phrase of the day, quote of the day was the closer one there. Icarus, yes, attempting to reach the sun on the wax wings his dad made. Daedalus did instill some hubris on there. They did fall, they did die. Let me tell you what happens in the video. Yes, of course, tell me. Tell me. Remember, you're talking to a former writing teacher, and now just a regular technical software teacher. So this is my jam. Also, no, Circus, did you not know that someone got stabbed? Because, like, I believe the child was mentally ill and may have been actually a schizophrenic, like, early onset. Let me get some more jacks. But yeah, they stabbed a girl. See, you don't mean a phrase like quote, you mean a phrase that some may say? Well, I mean, what phrase would you be saying? Like a catchphrase, a famous catchphrase, or just like a proverb? Let's iron out the bit. Let's iron out the bit. Also, this is a 5 of a kind. I didn't need that. I did it to flex, even though it did completely stop me from getting what I needed in money. We could have gotten something out of that double pack. Let's see. No, Daedalus didn't, but Daedalus did instill some of that in his son by, how do I say this? Not telling him to be a fucking... Well, he did tell him not to be an idiot. By not being convincing enough that his son did not do something stupid. And you can't blame Icarus completely. He lived in darkness, but to get out of the labyrinth, he did reach great heights, and he did what many humans could not do. He did fly, which is a very fun emotional through line that you'll also see in, I believe, the lost episode of SpongeBob SquarePants, the sponge who could fly. Big shot being someone who's very successful or popular. That's not that far from what Glenn's doing, but yes, they should have attached a TikTok dance to it. You know what? People could make a TikTok dance about it. Probably go crazy, go stupid. Okay. No matter. Expression of the day. Yeah, but then how close is that to what Glenn's doing? This full house is too low. Never mind, by 4. Oh, sweet credit card and pack. We got the joke phrase. We did it. Latibulate is to want to soak in a corner you believe? Did you just pull that before having it? Let me see. Let me look up latibulate. Safe place, not necessarily a corner, but okay. Where did you hear this? Where did you learn this word? What did you see this in? Don't worry, I do need to worry. Because I know that your parents don't, like, monitor your internet because you're streaming as a child on the internet. Let's see, you're watching a person named Mike. One day, they gets curious about dark web, like what it looks like and what he has. When he is scrolling, he saw a post saying someone can decode this and it's weirdly normal compared to others. I'm concerned, like, what weirdly normal looks like. He sends the decoded message and the account is a hacker, but not a normal one. Okay, can you explain what is the twist? What do you mean by normal? So the thing is, they're going to an odd site and they see something that looks normal and they respond to the person, they get a normal response? This sounds like a catfish story, which you could just use Facebook for. Did I debuff the spades? I did. Listen, I got more. You just hit the carrot. Can you talk about this in like a small contained bit here? Focusing on like, why does it have to be dark web? What are you gaining from it being dark web? Because you're putting a lot of words. I'm not saying you're not, but like, if I'm giving someone instructions on how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I don't need to be talking about the Battle of Waterloo. I could, but it would just be seen as a really weird tangent. Like, don't give me a full thing this time around. Give me the answer to why is this dark webs and not just a general site like Craigslist? Because people put listings there all the time, and it's freaky. You're trying other stuff than liminal? Okay, but then why is this dark web? Like, Reddit? Ask me anything? That stuff gets weird. Like, maybe someone writes an Am I the Asshole post? And, ooh, thank you. Oh, Blueprint! Hi, Blueprint! The words you can explain without being large. You can explain things sentence by sentence. So answer the question. What separates this being a Darkrooms piece from a Craigslist piece from a Facebook piece? These are informed decisions people make when they're making things like movies and stuff. It's, you know, intentionality is a very important part of making a strong script, a strong story. Gatsby, The Great Gatsby doesn't work unless you're looking at very clearly a post-World War I world where there is the burgeoning industrialization, followed by the Gilded Age of people being super loose with their money. Like, you make The Great Gatsby in 2020, you're making it with a tech bro. You're not making it with an oil baron or someone dealing with prohibition, because prohibition didn't happen in the 2020s. So why is this dark web? Hey, Toast! Hey, Toast. And Circus, yeah, no, that's what happens. That's the thing that everyone tells you in a, everyone will tell you to do that exercise if you are in if you're in a computer coding class. People will do that for you. Because it's a way to display that when you are working with a machine, it gets exactly the answers you are asking it for and nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. You escaped work, now into an interesting conversation. Thank you. Thank you. I'm in my writing bag right now, so we're in my writing bag. Consumables. Even though you're asking a lot of questions, making the video is going to be hard. And you know what would be hard? Making the video without knowing what it's about. You said you have 3 ideas. So why is this idea dark web? You're writing sentences, but have you thought about why it's dark web? Was the motivation to name it dark web because like you thought dark web was cool, but you haven't read about dark web or what it's about? Like, it's like that one thought that people talk about when they say things like the Big Bang Theory is how people who aren't smart and don't like nerds think nerds talk. But if you were someone who was like smart, you'd be watching things like The Martian. A scary place, an unexpected place. The internet's already that. Dark web is a fully fledged out internet culture, subculture / like mythology that already exists. So if you're not gonna borrow from it, the scary place could just be a forum. Like, what is this person searching for? Because the way that you're putting these 2 plot pieces together, a person's on the internet, they need to be on that platform to talk with someone else on the internet. That other person on the internet, they are picked out because they see something out of place, something normal. This is something that could exist in dark web. It could exist for affinity page. It could exist on DeviantArt. You're saying the dark web is 10 times more than a scary, unexpected place, but you have not displayed to me that you understand what dark web is about. I think circuses had it a little bit like further in because they were like, oh yeah, there's drugs and organ harvesting. This is the brainstorm. Ooh, hello, you. Thank you, credit card. You were good enough for a while. We're gonna use this to sell some stuff. If you want to look up Toast, the prompt isn't a prompt. It's in the Twitch chat. Echo was talking about some stuff they were building out. They're building 3 things. A project it knows, liminality, and dark web. One is a video. Dark web is the video. At approximately, and this is in my time, 9:13 my time, Echo says dark web is about the actual dark web. It's all fictional. I mean, it's not. It's not about the actual dark web. You don't know much about the dark web, but I know it has some illegal shit. But it's about someone who you're seeing who is curious about the dark web and goes there and sees something that is out of place compared to others. And my concern is that when you say it is not what they expect, you need to have an understanding of what they should expect going to the dark webs. So yes, really shitty HTML from the 1990s. Bitcoin trading. Probably some gore. Probably like a lot of... Actually, I'll bite the bullet and say a lot of gore. What do you need understanding for the dark web? I mean, if you're going to be calling the place they're going into dark web, you're going to want to know, 1, What are common elements of the web design of the dark web, so visually speaking, it looks like a dark web site, as opposed to, I don't know, GeoCities? 2, you're going to want to know the language often used in the site, so that when you're visually showing that something is abnormal, that it's working differently than the pattern of advertisement you would see, because you yourself said the thing is, this is a normal thing that they're seeing. So viewer sees a post that is out of the ordinary because it is ordinary. And then I would say 3, outside of the aesthetics, mainly to be able to answer the comments why you called it dark web. Like, the internet is all about enshittified sites. Everything is basically, you have a posting wall, you have an RSS feed, and you have short form content. You should not have that in a dark website. No, Glenn, not the deep web, the dark web. Yeah, and Circus, if you're writing the instructions to a robot, tell them to put down the knife at the end. Deep web, dark web. I'm talking about dark web in the way that you see in Nexpo videos, the same way you see it dark web in like dark web movie Unfriended. What do you think you should have called it? Not that. What is it? What does dark web, the title, tell you? Does it tell you about the themes? Does it tell you about what you're looking for in like this like kind of thing? Like, you've given me some setup here. What is the crux of the horror? What does the hacker do? What does the hacker do? It's inspired by Unfriended, so you have seen Unfriended dark webs. I'm gonna give you a +2, by the way, Circus. Because you remembered to say that the different condiments had to be touching. The funniest trick for the peanut butter and jelly sandwich is when you have the condiments facing out. Let's see, let's walk to the top. Twist open the bread package. That only works if you have the twisty tie on it. Take out 2 slices of bread from the bag, place them parallel on a plate or table. Jar peanut butter, unscrew the lid, place the lid on. I think you might have missed a message there. Take both pieces of bread, put them together so the peanut... Wait. Shoot. Circus, I think I lost your message where you told to spread it. You forgot the name. Echo, I'm gonna look up dark web because I know the first one is Unfriended. The next one is Unfriended dark web. I didn't remember the third one because Unfriended dark web is in 2018. I see a possible sequel. It has not been built. It has not been released. It is uncommitted. This was last reported in 2018, approximately 8 years ago. Your body may be a machine that turns PBJs into segfaults, but what if it was a machine that turned into sig figs? What if it was sig figs? I need this gross Michelle to pop. No. Circus. We have you opening the bread, and I don't think your other thing actually came in. I think you might... Well, I don't know what happened. It might have been like... It might have hit a filter. So we can't see what you said about the actual spreading of the condiments. All right, Circus, you're going to want to reset and figure out there. You're going to get some sleep. You've been explaining since 4... You know what? Actually, the 4 a.m. to 5 makes sense. I do think you should write this stuff down and make a story map, just because it'll make it easier to understand for you and for... Ooh, breaking things. Steal King or break the top. I'm going to break the top. We're going to play Funky Straights. Yes, we have. Y'all just can't see it. Dude, what did you type? What banned word was in you trying to tell us to spread the condiments there? Did you spell condom with an O? That might have been it. I think that is a banned word. I think condom is a banned word in my chat. Can you confirm that you spelled condiments correctly? No, I still see put down the knife. I still see put down the knife. Well then what did you say in the steps to spread the condiments that made it like do that? What could you have hidden the filter? I'm so perplexed. Can you, in smaller sentences, put down exactly what you entered? Like, what could have possibly triggered this to be banned word? All right, we're just gonna do it. Why? 2 showmen? I hate this. Okay. That's unfortunate. We were holding out for a hero there, but it didn't give us anything. And a bunch of high cards. Okay. Okay, got it. Slow down a bit. You might get timed out automatically. The jar, put down the lid in the jar, some jelly, scoop up or knife then jam with the peanut butter. It's out of order. And then spread the jelly or jam. I'm gonna hope the next one is on the bread. In the meantime, if you're curious what a seg fault is, that's what you're seeing on there. Onto the other slice of the. Okay, we got it. I think we're back. I think we're back. You're doing good. You're making it. Oh shoot! No other sets. You probably didn't need to go one message at a time. I respect the hustle. I do think you probably could have gotten away with one sentence. Sweet. I think now it works. I don't think we would mess up the sandwich at that point. I'm going to take a Celestial Pack, please. What do I have here? Okay, we're getting rid of the top and the bottom. So we'll have to get rid of Ace at some point. King 9. Use very specific the message you hate the assignment. You should be specific in the messages because that's how you pass the assignment. But yeah, essentially, yeah. And you know what? You're better for it because you can make clear instructions, which is good for the robot. And I need this gross Michelle to pop. Jack keeps us alive, otherwise we lose. We lose. Yeah, sweet. That's the thing. Circus, this isn't... I will harp on people saying media literacy without knowing what media literacy should mean in the sake of, like, making ideas clear. This is literacy. Being able to take what is necessary and communicate it. They're going to fail that. Their robot is going to break something. Why would you give me these? I'll take a free reroll because it helps in the future, but darn. Oh god, Glenn did the 4 proving. Oh. No! I mean, I didn't have money for it anyways, but no! Not the juggler. I would have had enough for the scary face, but I didn't want to get locked in for 2. I'm building 2 pair, right? Egg? I'll take both. Earth would have been good to have. It would have been good to have, but it's fine. We're playing on a low stake thing. I don't even need to think about this. If I can get, like, pants will be fun. Alright, we're building 2 pair. 2 pairs are really not optimal strategy, I'm aware. It doesn't scale well. Gonna have to do some good deck fixing for this to actually make sense, but it's whatever. Circus, you just stole Glenn's catchphrase. I mean, it's reliable to get because it's fine, easily find two pairs of cards, but like it's not great for late game. We're not gonna get that far. I'd like my swashbuckler very soon here. Hello, Aaron Straight. Oh, hey, it popped. Sweet, we get more options. Oh, perfect. There it is, swashbuckler. It's locked forever. So we've got 2 down out of our 6, but we're looking pretty nice here. Swashbag is one of my favorite combos. What did your cat do? Was it mean? Where did it show up? Ooh, I can build into pair. But not 2 pair. But that's not terrible. We'll play into pair. We'll play into pair. If need be, but this is 3 of a kind, so we just take it. Egg Bonklu. These are slow scale funny, but we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. Am I gonna trigger the boss blind? What's the boss blind here? Nope, not gonna work. Okay. Yeah, that's close. That's close. Okay. Funny. Very funny. Okay. Temperance is great. Thank you, Temperance. Thank you, Temperance Pocket. Two pair, which doesn't synergize with what we have right now. It wants me to get delayed gratification for a lot. Screw it, we're playing two pair anyway. Ah, short. All right, black deck, black stake, here we go. Misprint's funny to start, but I'm not going to do misprint. Instead, I'll do... Sure, I'll take Brainstorm. That's fine. It's okay. We got to start. On the sad emoji, I don't know, it's like it's sad. That's what I would say about it. It's a sad emoji. Oh, I didn't mean to skip. Okay. Well, that's a fun one. Diamond card debuffed. But... King, Queen, Jack, 10. But there's a full house already. Ace, Ace, King. We can find a king. Never punished. Not even once. We're gonna need a free holographic one to pull. The scringly... I don't know what you... Whose dingly is scringly like that? What are you looking at? Whose scringle are you dingling? The Schlorbo Blingo. I feel like we're just making up words now, which is how people can, you know, create language. But I'm not familiar with any of those. I like to point out I should not be getting this many high straights off of this. The top straights have chosen me. If they would, I would be making, like, money? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know where that was going. Perfect. If the top straights had chosen me, I'd be playing more Madden. I'm not playing Madden, by the way. I'm playing 2K, which is slightly different. Oh, honey, this is so funny. Oh, we're gonna be playing the poor game. The okay, Schlorbo like Blorbo? I think we made this one here. We cross, we cross, we cross. Money? Molt. Hi, Kinata. What's up? Hey, it's my model mama and my rig mama. Do you call it school? Shul in your head? Shul is a very specific thing. It's like a Jewish day school. Let's see here. We're playing Balatro. Move this over here. And low build. Wait, what? Glenn, do you not know what shul is? Shul, S-H-U-L. It's Yiddish for school. It is just school, but it's specifically like a Jewish synagogue or a place of study. Shul. You can look, also another thing, Sargus. I'm all about mutual intelligibility. It does not need to be following the rules. If people understand that it's GIF, it's fine. If you understand it, it's fine. Top and bottom seem fine. That's fine. You should learn Yiddish. You could learn Yiddish. It's not as popular as some other languages in that family. Let's see here. I can force myself into getting 20. You tried to learn Greek? Oh, what did you do to learn Greek? How did you try and learn? This is actually gonna be 30 if I go on this side, which is better, unless I get 10s. Yiddish is not popular. It's not. It's not. It's a very insular language. Duolingo, that's a good start, but not the best. Do you have any Greek-speaking friends? Yeah, finding people who actually speak the language is, I would say, my recommended method for learning languages. I think we lose here. We do. We do. Wasn't paying full attention there. That's on me. That's on me. That's just what happens at this point. How do I like popcorn? I like a kettle. I like my popcorn kettle corn. Salty, sweet. I don't like butter. Butter on my popcorn always makes me feel kind of gross. I mean, I like it's got like a nice tartness to it, but at some point it becomes a bit excessive. And I think the point in which it becomes excessive is a lot earlier than you would expect. And Glenn, you know what? Do that. Do that scrutiny, at least to the phone. The natives, listen to them. There's a different learned version of the language that does exist. So watch out for that. But definitely you can question the autocorrect. I kind of want to get I want burglar. I want burglar really early. No. Okay. When you can't taste breadish taste, it's too much butter. I think too much butter is just when you taste butter. Just a bucket of salted butter? Unmelted? Unpopcorned? Oh, hello, Onyx Agate. I mean, it looks so cool, we have to get it. Frozen butter and just a large salt rock. Have you seen Project Hail Mary? I feel like you'd like that. come on, give me one more. One more. Thank you. Just want to guarantee. We've undone a lot on the green Joker, but we're fine. We're okay. We're okay. We've got the mask. Take money. I'll take... Sure, give me more 7s. It has the Barb guy? Yes. It has Mr. Just Like Me for Real, Ryan Gosling. And he's a very good actor. You should check him out. No! Ah, I missed the math. Three, 2. Two pair. Alright, so we're gonna make some ace straights here. Ace, 2, 3, 4. That's gonna be pretty close to build. Give me a jack. Give me a jack. Never mind. Just get around with it. That was a really good string of cards that would have given me pretty much anything I needed. So, good free first shot. And yeah, I'll take Rocket. I'll take Rocket. We can get the next one here. Okay. Flush four to do it. And a loss. You've never watched... Chili's is amazing. Chili's is delicious. It is a fast, casual dining place that is also fast and casual somehow when you see it in the airport. Always a good idea to go to a Chili's. If you're going to a Chili's to go, even better. Long John Silver's, I have only been to one. It is most definitely a place for money laundering. It was the most disgusting place I ever walked in on. I had a friend that worked there for many years. I don't know how they did. I don't know how they paid them. I do know they were immediately a manager. It took them approximately like 5 months. It was so easy for them to get there. McDonald's? No, not McDonald's. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Not McDonald's. Long John Silver's. The fish place. Oftentimes, it is paired with an A&W. And A&W has like decent kinds of burgers, but in practice, gross because it's attached to a Long John Silver's. The optimal fast food fish place is Captain D's. Captain who? Captain D's Nuts, but it's also actually called Captain D's. Buy, sell. Jimbo is that he did not die of ligma. There is citrus, so he does not have scurvy. Captain D, I believe, is actually alive. At least we think so. Where is the sea? Well, I was in a landlocked state, so I don't know where the sea was. Okay. You're not going to get me on that one, Glenn. And I don't... Okay, Burger King and McDonald's, I don't think they're the Mount Rushmore. I think you pick one or the other. They hit very similar niches. You got to get a burger place. You should probably get, like, a mall place, like a Sbarro or, like, a Panda Express. You should get a chicken place, like either a KFC or a Popeyes. And then just, like, one magnificent thing that you kind of just, like, can't miss. So I think if we're talking about Mount Rushmore, you should give me Popeyes. You should give me Taco Bell. For burger places, as much as I want to say Five Guys, you should go to Culver's. What else is there? Oh, God. What am I looking at for this last one of my setup? Taco Bell, Culver's, Popeye's Chicken. It might be Panda Express. I'm not going to pick Sonic because that double dips into what Culver's carries. So, like I'm saying, you don't want duplicative things on a Mount Rushmore. You want things that exemplify what you want on there. If you're making a Mount Rushmore of burger fast food, that's fine. But if you're doing things for like a full set, unless you're like the only good fast food is burgers, you should try and diversify a bit. Because you're like, okay, how can they be the best if I have 3 different versions that have the same offering there? So that's why I say the Mount Rushmore goes, you want Taco Bell for for like very fast Mexican, American, Tex-Mex. So that means you're not getting Jack in the Box. You get Culver's for your Midwest burgers. You get the butter burgers. You get good concrete custard mixers. You also get a nice pork loin sandwich. People always forget about the pork loin sandwich, but the pork loin sandwich at Culver's is really nice for the purposes of something you can get at the mall. God, did I say Panda Express? You want something that can be served out of a trough that is vaguely ethnic. So you should be getting Panda Express. It's that or a Sbarro. And the last one for me is the chicken, because chicken has a whole different, like, kind of profit margin. And the chicken sandwich is insane and what revolutionized for the 2010s, especially post-COVID, which actually goes 2010s into the 2020s. So I think Popeyes has to get it for being the first one there. So it's Taco Bell, it's Culver's, it's Panda Express, oh, sorry, I got something in my throat. And it's Popeyes. That's the 4. I don't think, as an Asian person, I cannot tell you that the fried rice and chicken from Panda Express is good. What I can tell you is it comes out of the trough super quick. Jack in the Box is a running joke about Burger King, McDonald's? Probably. I mean, they're competitors. Have I been to Sarku? Yes. I've been to Sarku many times. I'm okay with teriyaki. I think the materials are better than what you have in Panda Express, but in terms of availability, Sarku is much less common to see. So Panda Express, because you can get it both in a mall and outside in its own locations, you're going to be able to know what it tastes like whenever you walk by it. You got to go with Panda Express. That's the idea. Also, Aaron, did you say what your Mount Rushmore was? Because also, I'm realizing now, you said 2 things on Mount Rushmore. How many heads do you think are on Mount Rushmore? Aaron, why does your Mount Rushmore have 2 heads? Like, what else is there with... Because you said Burger King and McDonald's are the Mount Rushmore. Do you mean, like, are on the Mount Rushmore? What are your other 2 that fill it? Are you saying that it goes Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, and Sonic? Nine is the Supreme Court. So, Aaron, what fills out your slots? Pizza Hut and Subway. Is Pizza Hut fast food? Because, like, I always think of Pizza Hut as it's either the one with the buffet or the one that has order and takeout. It's not really one you can jump into and get. Of course, I've been to a Costco. I'm a middle American man. I'm a simple guy. I see a chicken bake, I get a chicken bake. I see a double chocolate chunk cookie, I get the double chocolate chunk cookie. I see someone ask me if it's booms, I get 5 big booms. Pizza's fast food? I guess, maybe it's fast food. In the sense that you're not cooking it. I do wonder, because like that also adds a new dimension of like, when we say fast food, do we have to include things like, oh gosh, what are some slower cook ones? Do we include Chipotle in fast food? Because even though it does hit those same metrics, it doesn't feel like it, because I don't think of a drive-through. I can think of a drive-through or a mall location for all the other ones. Is Denny's as rundown and gritty? Denny's is amazing. You're thinking of Waffle House. Denny's is there for you. It is your best friend when you are drunk off your ass. Waffle House is gonna fight you at 2 o'clock with a chair. And they're both very tasty. They're both very tasty. Hibachi's nice. What do you get with your hibachi? Are you someone who gets the bento, or do you go for the specialized stuff? CC's is good. Yes, the CC's pizza buffet is amazing. I will concur on that point. That is a quality, and I mean a quality buffet. For super cheap too. Waffle House is gonna party any plastic chairs. It's not Perry, and also those were not plastic. Those were linoleum. Oof. Chicken and rice, sometimes shrimp. I can see it. Oh, there was no queens in there. Unfortunate. You've never been to Denny's before? Denny's is really good. I wish I could go to Denny's right now. And in my mind of mine, my heart of hearts, my miracle of miracles, my seven less crazy nights followed by the 8 craziest nights. There is actually a Denny's within like 10 minutes of where I live. But it is late. It is late. Why would you give me a brainstorm? This is the first set. You're so mean to me. Okay. You've been to IHOP. IHOP is different. I think IHOP is like not it's more suburban, I guess, because I think Denny's is more of like a roadside stop that like it's there because it's there to exist there. Like Denny's is just a weird eldritch creature, but Waffle House is an eldritch creature that has a gun. ASRM Denny's stream, I don't know what that implies. What would that be? What would that even look like? So you like Waffle House and I... Okay, so my question, Aaron. What is your go-to order? What are you eating at your IHOP? I usually go for the chicken fried chicken. That's my ideal meal in most places that do breakfast. Simple man. Give me the option to eat something fried and delicious. I will eat the fried and delicious in front of you. Pancakes and sausage links. Ooh, not the patties. I'm a patty guy myself. I'm a patty guy. Do you also put the syrup on top of the links or no? You down 3 white monsters and proceed to fist fight the line cook behind the dumpster at Denny's. No, you don't fight the Denny's staff. You fight the Waffle House staff. The Denny's staff is 3 very overworked people who have kids at home, and sometimes the kids show up there at like 3 in the morning because they got locked out. The Waffle House people are there at the end of their rope. They deal with a weirder clientele because they're open 24 hours and are a disaster indicator. So they know how to handle a fight because they have the weird people there all the time. That is the brand identity of Waffle House. Fist fight the kids. I do think if you're going to fist fight the kids, that is specifically an IHOP thing. The kids that you fist fight at IHOP are the ones that show up after they come back from their high school musical and they're singing at the tables, and there's one kid who is being like, guys, please, people actually work here. Can we stop being this for one night in our lives? And people are saying like, no, Kaz, no. We just played Brigadoon and we were magnificent. I'm like, well, we just played Brigadoon. We're done playing Brigadoon. These people are living their lives, trying to get by. And they know we're not going to tip well. Why are we making it worse for everyone involved? Sorry, I think I unpacked a lot of trauma in those sentences there, if anyone got that. Ooh, circus, ew. I unpacked a lot of trauma there. Oh, gosh, yeah. You don't know if it was a Brigadoon. You just know it existed. You know what happened. Because that comes from a place of truth, baby. That's oddly specific. It's somehow specific, but also very generalizable. It doesn't have to be Brigadoon. There will always be a theater group that rolls up with over 20 people. Sometimes without calling. And so the next year, someone's like, we're going to call and tell them, hey, y'all, we're so sorry. We're going to be here at 10 o'clock and bring 20 kids. We promise we'll tip well. So they're prepared. There are never that many cooks. It's like, as someone who has worked in food services, I've learned to hate children. As someone who's worked in retail, I've learned to hate adults. As someone who lives in America, I've learned to hate myself. I was saying ew because you said something about getting horrible stomach ache and diarrhea, Circus. And Cracker Barrel, outside of the one time when there's some Confederate flags flying out there, and I was at a Cracker Barrel in Arkansas, and my blonde-haired, blue-eyed lesbian friend said, I love you. I think I've had good experiences at Cracker Barrel other than that, because I got some wild eyes from those people that did not like that girl saying that stuff to me. So we had to run. We're am-maxing? Yeah, we're am-maxing. Sure. I guess. I need another theater kid in here to corroborate that story, because, like, that's a real story. That's a real story. I promise you. Other people have experienced that. Oh, my sell value here is terrible. We're gonna get pairs. We're gonna play a game of 2 pairs. Was no one else here in high school theater? I fear I've alienated the audience. Somehow less than when I was talking about sports. Hey, Kruka. Were you a theater kid in high school? Did you have the post-show late-night 24-hour diner experience? You're a law student? Okay, yeah, that's fine. That also makes sense. Oh my god, yeah, no, Circus, you're right. I keep forgetting you just learned what I have no mouth and I must scream is. That, yeah, okay, yeah, that is the line. That is the line. Don't know what is this theater thing? You're too shy as a kid to be a theater kid? Yeah, that's fine. There's a level of... Look. I love being a theater kid. You can tell based on what I have put into the thumbnail here that I am an unabashed theater kid. I'm a Dear Evan Hansen apologist, and I make sure that is known so people know to be afraid of me. But man, theater kids have some wild beliefs in what the world is supposed to be. Not in the sense that, like, oh wow, they think they deserve things, and theater kids deserve stuff, but they also, like, have a weird sense of object permanence. And the lack of volume control, to be honest. They're really bad at that. Circus, I hope this does not lead to you becoming an am-larper. An am-larper would be a terrifying thing to see in the year of our Lord 2026. I'm just gonna let him write. I'm just gonna let him write the rest of it. Honestly, go off, King. Do it. No, you're not like that in Reptilian School. You did have some voice acting skills. Okay, but that's a solo thing. Have you ever been in a situation where you are babysitting other people your age to make sure they are not being disruptive to other people's work? Because, like, sometimes they'll also say, like, it's their job to service. I'm like, yes, but it's not our job to make it more difficult. Like, Amber, do you have no shame? And I was like, I know she has no shame. I saw what she did on the back of that couch. Everyone does on the theater couch. You made a terrible theater kid, you get on stage and immediately forget your lines. That's okay. You could also work on the crew. No need to actually get on stage to be a theater kid. You sure, Circus? You got anything more? It's a long book. It's a short story, but it's a long short story. Okay, Mr. Bones, Mr. B single O-N-E-S, Mr. Bones. An attitude when you mess with Mr. Bones. That's a Family Guy reference there. You mean like wanting to keep quiet when in class? Not in class, when in a public setting. Like you're in a group and you are at a restaurant where you are getting served. No, a long short, because there are levels to it. Because there's like short stories, there's novellas, there's novels, there's sagas. It's a scalar thing. It's a scalar thing. They'll call you a narc for telling people not to do that, but I don't know if y'all have gotten to this point yet, but you should understand that one of my primary things I support is, like, you can be right and an asshole, but you should be correct, morally correct, and still be an asshole, and that's 2 out of 3 things, and that ain't half bad. Like, I understand that my personality can be off-putting to some people. And that makes me sad sometimes, but at the same time, I grow impatient with many of the people I see. And for my own sake, I would much rather turn them off of working with me than have to deal with it. It's been a long, long road. You see morally correct as the major thing to follow? Yes, you should be morally correct. And then you should be able to back that up with correct talking points and elaborations. The last 2 Super Bowls? What are you talking about? That's like, what? 2 Super Bowl, the last Super Bowl meant Sam Darnold. God damn Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold wins a Super Bowl against the Patriots. And then I think, oh shoot, was it Jalen Hurts? Did Jalen Hurts beat the Chiefs? It's better to be an asshole than not yourself. You should be yourself and strive to not be an asshole, but you should also be morally correct, and you can present yourself as an asshole, and it's not as bad. The Mega Man stream. Yes. But not really. That's not the kind of person, because that person wasn't stupid. He was just in the wrong place, and also a child. I've learned to be less mad at children, because I realize that children are kind of always stupid on their own. And I was stupid as a child. I was less stupid than other children, but I was still stupid. I'm talking more about adults. Adults in the space. Circus, I want you to look directly in these heterochromatic eyes and tell me that on the whole, when you are growing up, you don't have a frame of reference for a lot of world events, you're often not well read, most children can't read. Media literacy in the actual sense of being able to read, dissect, and explain literature is low. Overall, kid's a little stupid. Sometimes you learn more through life experience when you grow up, and that's to be expected. So I don't fault kids as much as I used to for being annoying or being ill-informed. When they start to get a bit older, I'm like, okay, so we can move on past this phase and you can improve, right? And if they don't improve, that's where I get a bit hurt. Oh, good on you. Remember Mike? Oh, yeah. No, Mike and the situation with those other children was one of the stupidest reasons for bullying a child I have ever seen. If you were to put it out on a plotted line to try and figure out what point A led to point B, you would want to break something. You'd want to break something. And I'll talk about the reason it was dumb. The reason it was dumb is we had our friend Mike, and we had their people that they called their 2 friends. They were not their friends. Mike's friends were not their friends. They made it very clear on multiple occasions that they were bullying them. That they were bullying them for the reason that Mike liked a game on Roblox.com. And it wasn't because that those people thought that game was uncool or that it was cringe. They thought it was uncool, but they liked the game. To which I say, Mike, it sounds like they just don't like you. And then Mike, we had to talk about all these things about how they should use the resources at hand, how they should document things. But then instead, what Mike did is they posted about it on their YouTube. Why would you do that? Because, as Mike said, the two bullies knew that Mike posted on YouTube. So they saw that, they weaponized it, and they came back the next day. As someone with not a fully developed frontal lobe, but a more developed frontal lobe, and an idea of how to put things on a warship, a war planning board, there was a lot of poor strategy there. And there was a lot of really stupid motivations from the bullies, because bullying is wrong in many cases, many such cases, not all cases. But it was also stupid because the reason stated for why they were bullying Mike was because Mike apparently wasn't allowed to like a game that they liked, because liking that game made them cool, in which case they would be uncool, and they're uncool because they're bullies. But this is like a weird circuit break, because like everyone here needs to like stop for a second, say exactly what they mean, and figure out if life would be easier if no one talked to each other ever again. Do you see why I believe that I need to talk like this to all of you? You'll get on me because I'll sound like I'm debating you, and sometimes I am. I'm interrogating you because you have the capability as a human to put pieces together. Besides crows and monkeys, dolphins and octopi, that is what we have. That is what we have. Also, I want to point out, if this was when I was in high school, people were still playing Roblox. So they would have lied about a reason, and they might have lied about a reason, but based on the way that Mike was describing these two bullies, I don't think that was, I think that was just the actual reason. Can anyone tell me that I have said a word that doesn't make sense right here as to my frustrations with the youth? I am not a victim in this situation. Instead, there is a child that is a victim in this situation and was not actively working to put themselves in a better one after me, after B, after Glenn, after Ace were saying the exact reasons why and what they could do. So if I had to sound like an asshole as I walk through these steps bit by bit until I am certain that you can draw a yarn line to the next photo on this board, I will do that day in and day out, because god damn it, I need people to be able to like reference other things. That's why I'm saying we can't always be using peak, we can't be using slop, we can't be talking about bait unless they have actual meanings. It's why I'm saying mutual intelligibility is great, GIF, GIF, doesn't matter. Content-wise, doesn't matter. That's why I'm talking about genre and ways to split into other sub-genres as useful for discussion. Because when words have no meaning, and we can't discern meaning, that is the one time I will agree with Glenn about the fact that we might not be above animals. Because when we give up our ability to reason, that, outside of like love and other capabilities and like more technical stuff, that is where I need to take a break. Okay? Ooh, 2 pair. was out of water. You being the most confident one, I think if the world was truly all children, I would be more in line with that. As someone who has seen friends unchudify themselves by way of consuming media and, you know, talking to a singular woman, you can get out of it. I do believe that I may be a bit too defensive over some of you. Circus, if you've ever agreed with a certain other VTuber, I make it very clear that they are agreeing with you. Not to put you down, but to also, as I dismantle their inability to make an argument, have you reflect upon yourself as to how you cannot end up like them. That has happened on multiple occasions. I won't say the name of which one it is, but it has happened multiple times. More pairs? My 2 pairs are still at nothing, so I should probably just switch to doing regular pairs. Oh, no repeats. Okay. Well, I'll start with the 2 pair now. And then just a regular pair with Hierophant. Which means the last one I can use is, oh, never mind, we crossed it. Hangman and Moon. Let's split the twos. Let's split the twos. I mean, Glenn, the question then I would have for you to rebut that is, were you born a moral creature with the positions that you're in, or did you gain your knowledge of, like, civil and human rights? Like, were you inborn with, like, those things in your mind as a guiding compass? Because you yourself will say that you are unhappy with the leaps in logic that you have made. But, like, how did you come to that conclusion? Was it purely introspection that got you there? How would you have been informed on to make those choices and alter your belief to where you believe that is how people are just stupid? Because that makes a weird thought in my head, because, like, we know that some people are stupid, and maybe it's more people are stupid, but how did you end up not stupid? Like, what is your answer to how you ended up not stupid? Because I'm not calling you stupid. In fact, I'm calling you very smart. My question is, like, how would you explain that to someone who is stupid? No, Glenn, you're not stupid. Because I've seen stupid. You're not that. I know. I'm not saying that you call yourself smart. I'm saying that I am saying that you are smart. You are smart, but you are pessimistic. But you are still smart. If you're telling me that you don't claim to be smart, lawyer up. Why would you not be smart? You're fallible and prone to bias as other people. You just happen to land on the correct observation. So you are in belief that you are fully lucky. You were morally lucky. How many times do you need to be right in a row before it's not luck? You are smarter than average. Exactly. So you're smarter. We are humans. We are talking on the scale of humans. So yes, Glenn, don't say that you're not smart because you are. Glenn, you come in here every single day. You give us a word of the day. You talk about how you've studied. You talk about how you've learned things, how you've been able to grow and improve in things. You are not stagnant. You are using your free will to change your condition. No matter if you believe that condition means nothing. You are smart. You do not live in ignorance of the conditions around you. You yourself, you acknowledge the difference in context, where I grow in a place that is significantly more liberal, you have lived in a place that is not, and how that can affect people. You can analyze systems. You are smart. Unless you are like a transhumanist, which is not a trans person. I'm a transhumanist in like you would like to upload your consciousness into a machine. I am uncertain what you believe would constitute as smart for smart's sake. And if no one is saying that Glenn is smart, I am not on this planet. You are not a transhumanist? Okay. Cool. So we're not going to get downloads of Glenn on the cloud anytime soon. Or the metaverse. The metaverse. And that was a Hobo Johnson reference, so we can change the counter, which is a weird thing to bring up right now. The metaverse. The metaverse. He did make a song called The Metaverse, and it's like not his worst, it's not his best. It is about the metaverse. The metaverse. Something that I don't think we really talk about very often because it wasn't really like relevant for a long period of time, which is confusing. I feel like I'm going off track here, but that's because I'm too busy thinking about the metaverse. The metaverse. The snaps are important. The snaps are very important. Smart is just having good knowledge on many things. I don't think smart is about being smart in many things. You're saying smart is being a generalist, being nerdy is being a specialist. I don't think that's true. People can be well-read, people can be knowledgeable. I don't think they're smart. I think smart is being able to make connections and talk through them. Being able to have a sort of connective tissue to say why we would expect X and Y to lead to Z. I think we're diluting smart by attributing it to what being a robot is. Wikipedia is not smart. It is the collective efforts of millions of people putting in their expertise into one place. IBM Watson, who continued to beat many Jeopardy champions, is not smart. It is a machine. A smart person is someone who can adequately figure out what the situation is at hand, apply moral justification and reasoning, deciding if that is okay to continue, and then act upon it. We can argue of individual whether or not I am lucky or just smart. It's hard to overlook the fact that humans just gravitate to certain dumb patterns. So you're saying there's an innate drive to dumb. An innate drive to dumb. That is what I would say when I was a Reddit atheist while being a practicing Catholic, which is something you can do. You can be culturally a Reddit atheist, but miserably a Catholic because you're Filipino in Middle America. I feel like we're undercutting the ability of free will, because there's a free will to be stupid, but there's also a free will to influence others. I'm of the opinion that, like music taste, a lot of what you become online and as a person crystallizes when you're around the age of like 13 or 16, when you are finding the media that most speaks to you. It's why you can see some distinct lines between edgy people who like things like Leafy is Here that continued on to like things like Sargon of Akkad. People used to like JonTron for his gaming stuff, but if they came in there and watched the switch into Twitch, they might have gone into, I don't know, Sneeko. It's why when in 2014, 15, 16, when people who liked video games were shown Kotaku in action, their malleable brains didn't think this is not ethics in games journalism, this is a witch hunt. They were like, okay, fine, we're gonna watch the Daily Wire. This is why I think that media consumption is one of the most important ways to think about how we become people. How we become, what I would like to say is smart, aware, able to see perspective in the context of the past, or how we become people who buy, God, what's the merch I'm thinking about here? Do I have to say that? Do I have to say it? Do I have to say the Matt Walsh diaper baby? I'm gonna the Matt Walsh diaper baby. Okay. Pride and dumb stuff being overcome by emotion. Emotion's fine. You can still be emotional. You can still be human and smart. You can fail at some points, but if you are gravitating towards the correct areas, you're doing okay. Do any of these actually matter? This one goes here. Because, Glenn, if you think that you're stupid, or not smart, if we're being generous about your framing here, there are people who are falsely going to think that they're smart, and they're going to have optimism that they can change the future because they can. Because if you say something enough times, it's going to be true to someone. Okay? Do you see this? You are a creature who may be able to be dumb, but how often are you choosing to not do that? I'm gonna fucking bring back this button discourse all the fucking time, because this is quite possibly one of the worst streams I have ever put out. The consequences on my psyche are immeasurably bad. You gave reason as to why things were not optimal. Why existence after your choice was not optimal. And then you outright said, emotionally, you would not like to be there. What part do you value more? The experience or the survival? When you say smart is the ability to see the to be able to see the world for what it is, to accept it, and to act upon the world you see. Why does change not exist in that definition? Because you're acting upon it. Why can't it be transformative? I'm getting some garbage hands here. I also see I've scared the not the hose. People are leaving. But Glenn, can you answer this? Even in the little ways, why can you not change it out there? Yeah, the latter part you just said, which I can't say out loud, is always an option. Jean-Paul Sartre talked about it. But, you know, in The Absurd, he said you have to make your own meaning as well, in order to not do the second part. Likewise, anyone in the chat, please don't do the second part. And for certain, don't do it right after leaving my stream. That's an important thing to to hammer out here while we're talking like this. Yeah, Deltarune's out tomorrow. You can't do that. Don't do that. Deltarune's out tomorrow. It's one of those things that also gives me a chuckle. There are people who are alive because they were like, One Piece will end any day now, and it didn't. It did not. Meaning is something you project onto the world, not an ontological part of reality. It's something dumb by your definition. Okay, so the world as it is. So the world is a place devoid of meaning. Do you see value in meaning at all, then? Do you not see the synthesis of human choices and applied values onto the canvas that is reality as something worth shaping? No, Circus, let's not do that. Some people will be unloved. For certain. At that point, I'm like, stay alive for spite. Now, so there's some people that maybe deserve a little bit less love. We'll get into that at a different time. It's like a legend. Are you kidding me? I get Yorick late stage? What? Humans are dumb. Glenn, I want you to tell me who in this chat is dumb right now. Tell us how we're dumb, what we're doing wrong. Tell us why we're dumb. And this isn't a trap. This is me genuinely asking you this. I am ruining the vibe, Circus. I'm also trying to explain a lot of complex things here that get muddied up when you talk about, like, general positivity. Let's see. You don't need to lighten the mood up. There aren't enough people here to worry about. Distinctly, there were like 3 of us. Buzzkill? Yeah, kind of. I'm just saying we don't need to go into this line. We're working off the Glenn line, which is, I would say, much more like pressing. Not D, but pressing. Not a generally, no. I want you to tell me not a ritual. What is something that I have done that is dumb? You're here enough times. I've said some dumb stuff. Tell me what's the dumb thing that I did. Not in the macro sense. Blue stick, I fucking hate you. There we go. And in the meantime, Glad, every time you're thinking about this here, know that there's someone who's not thinking about this, who is not feeling like they're bound by meaning, but they make meaning, and they make the world worse because of it, because whatever their projections of meaning are, have effects on others, so. They're being active. I feel like you're in a weird sense of, like, moral paralysis here. You've done many things? Yeah, so the one thing, let me find one here. Oh, the time you made the claim about vegans and milk. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah, Vegans and Milk is the one that comes to my mind first. Because you enabled Richter. Shoot, I said his name. You enabled the other one. Like a lizard? Rerolls or rerolls? It doesn't come to mind a specific dumb thing I've done. It should be easy, but fine. Can you only see dumb things in yourself? No, you can't, because you've outright, like, named things that are dumb. Things with poor moral evaluations that you've given. Circus is also correct. Many dumb plays. While I'm talking to y'all, I am not even paying attention. I'm clicking things that look in the similar colors, going super quick. This is an... Circus, you want to say the suboptimal thing? You can say suboptimal, it's fine. I'm playing for full houses in first ante. These are not smart plays. I got flashcard. There it is. There's the line. Yeah, you got it. The name conventions, you're correct. You got it. You're good. That's not really what you mean. Let me say a dumb thing. You see a lot in your field of work, the rules for tax collection. Okay, 10. 10. Like any rules, the idea that one who controls the army has to abide by silly rules to have what it wants is silly. They could just strong anyone. Yeah, it's arbitrary. If they really wanted to, they could commit heinous war crimes. They could use mustard gas. They don't. So you're saying, so you want to live? Do you want to live in a place before the social contract? Is that the ideal place where you think humans deserve to be? And yes, Circus, that is actually a very dumb thing. And I do want to keep in mind, people made rules about the IRS. You could make a rule saying you owe us this amount of money. That is a willing thing that they're doing. Really. Okay, so then what is your solution then? You see it's stupid. You realize that if the issue is you want to get results, you should just do those things as an army. Where do you want to be? Shoot. Full house. Oh, Jesus. 2 discards. This is not a strong delay gratification at all. I'm gonna sneeze. I sneezed. Favorite kind of puppet? Ooh, I like the ones where you can stick the hand up them. That sounds like a joke, but like legitimately, I like the hand puppets, where you have the little rod on the left-hand side, and you're like boom, boom, boom. There is none. Is the human condition we can't escape. This is the same mechanism that begets hate, begets cruelty, begets. It's the same mechanism that begets love, camaraderie, and peace. It's the same mechanism that begets like humans realizing how to make music. The human condition is what allowed Rush to make 2112. If Rush can make 2112, having to live in Canada and having to live in the world we live in, I think that's pretty darn sick. Now, could Rush have been sitting, could Geddy Lee have been sitting, and Neil Peart been like sitting on their 20, oh my god, Circus, you have not yet listened to 2112, you're in for a ride. I want you to search 2112, it is a long piece of music. It's by the band Rush, they're Canadian. You would... I don't live in Canada. Hey, B-Floyd. If you wouldn't seriously try to dissuade someone from trying to make music knowing a fool Aaron, then you wouldn't seriously try to dissuade someone from... You should still... Wait, sorry. Can we clear this one? I want to know here, Glenn, are you saying you wouldn't try and dissuade them from doing that? Because you don't need to reason. You can bully. That works too. Also, hey, Succulents, what's up? Scan lines. Why do they make a 20-minute song? Because Rush is so good. Rush is such a cool band. Your homework tonight, listen to 2112 by Rush. You will ascend. It will be so good. Circus, you gotta remember they're a child. They have not listened to it. You want to get Balatro? They double the what? They double the price. It'll come down. It'll fall on another summer. Believe me, give it a second. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Octavarium is 30 odd minutes. Yeah, but I think Glenn, the easier way to get into prog rock is you should listen to Rush. And you should 2112 is the big one there. Genre, lyrics, any story to it? Yes, there is a story. If you didn't, if you haven't listened to 2112, I wouldn't suggest you listen to the Ninja Sex Party version. Ninja Sex Party came up with a song called 6969, and it's very similar. It's only like 8 minutes, the long version. Yeah, I mean, I guess the homework is 30 minutes total. You listen to 2112 by Rush, and then afterwards, you switch to listen to 6969 by Ninja Sex Party. And I think that's a good shot diet there in terms of basketball, but music. Yeah. Also, hi Lance, what's up? They get 121. NM. How's your Pokemon stuff going with oh god, I've been catching on and off yourself with Droplet. Oh, I can't use these. Oh crap. Well, there goes my money. Alright, we got a king in the hand. You finished your Soul Link like 2 weeks ago or more? Dang, I'm behind. I've been at work. Wait, so you don't think you'll do one for a long while? Yeah, I was looking at that, Lance, because whenever I do a Soul Link, it is always something that is, like, detrimental to a friendship to do a Soul Link. And it's not necessarily anyone's fault but the RNG. And also sometimes if people aren't good at Pokemon. I would never do a Soul Link, especially like a randomizer or a ROM hack Soul Link, with people who aren't good at Pokemon and don't have experience with Nuzlocking. Because you get deep into a run, and then you're like, oh, awesome, I've got this amazing line to get to the end of this. And then you're like, oh, I'm fine. And then you're just like, my entire plan hinged on this working. And then your friend's like, ooh, no. Yeah. No, I fully get that. That's a very real answer to post Soul Link responses. Shoot. Also, welcome, Toast. You're good. If you're tired, you can sleep. Shoot. Poopcock. Your art is culinary? Have you ever cooked with cactus juice? Almost a straight flush. This is high enough. We'll go with this. Pay for pair money. Da 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 dum. Ba da ba dum ba dum bum bum ba dum ba dum bum. It's Friday. I'm in love. Okay. Saturday begins. This pair is not going to get me it, so I need to go for... Perfect. Let's see. You've now ordered cactus. Is a food of circumstance, not really used to it at all. Neither is beef lord. You can eat aloe vera. Yes, you can. Aloe vera is surprisingly, like, usable. I think I'll put it that way. Looking for a straight flush. We're not getting anything out of that. We're not. Okay, kings and aces. Kings and aces. No kings or aces. Okay, fine. Whatever. We'll do a 2-pair and hold for a jack. Then you go for a night? Yeah, good night, Toast. Have a good one. Shoot. Oh, forgot. Okay, we're making it through. We're making it through. I'm gonna put 2121 in my ears right now, actually. Let's see here. Don't sing me a song, you're the piano man. Give me the full set. Yeah, Glenn, go to bed, sleep a bit. Circus, you got Deltarune. You have Deltarune tomorrow, you need to be ready. B4, what are you up to tonight? I feel like I don't see you very often. Like, this late. It's 11:22 my time. Actually, no, I see you late all the time. The thing is, like, we're both in B watching Yaoi. Triple six. You've been around. You were in B Discord the other day. Okay. Let's see. Actually, time out. I feel like I'm missing out. I thought there was supposed to be... Oh, is Yaoi happening now? Is Yaoi happening now? No, it's happening now. Shit. Oh, I kind of wanna. Okay, I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna play this final blind, and if we win, we win. If we don't, I'm gonna end and I'm gonna go to Yaoi because I have a late start at work tomorrow. I fully can show up pretty much whenever. I'm not gonna set. Nope. Circus. 18 and up. Circus. 18 and up. Another flaw shot to do it. But a strat. Michelle needs to pop for this to actually happen. I believe that I'll be able to make it out before they're done watching their thing. But I need to throw harder. Alright, we can destroy low. Get the high card up. Fine. Let's build pairs. Let's build pairs. Oh, we're just hitting them all. Okay. Oh, banana popped. Okay, clearance sale into rebate. We have no molt right now. We need to get something. Money's fine. Yeah, we're gonna go in the hole for this one. Sure, 3 of a kind's okay. This is gonna be close. No, it was not. All right, sweet. Time to go watch Yowie. I'm gonna watch Yowie. Let's see. Redirect. Choco's streaming right now. Let's go to Choco. All right, Choco's on a road to 2K art stream. Tell them I say hi. I'm gonna go watch Yowie with my friends. Have friends. Enjoy life. Don't be stupid. My name is KazCassidy. I'll see you soon. See you later. Bye.